I don't think people necessarily understand what happened last week with the Make America Great Again hat. What are you trying to do with the message you're sending?
Well, it was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had, you know, like people were taught how to think, we're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. I just love Trump. That's my boy. Like, you know, it's like so many rappers, you'll look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was elected president, people in hip hop, it was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop, black community. Yeah, I'm always gonna represent that, but I also represent the world. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race, that we're the human race. Do you feel that I'm feeling, do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real. Bro, you gotta be responsible, man.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
No, I'm sorry I hurt you, bro.
Your voice is too big.
When I ask myself, what is a full and complete freedom? It is a freedom where I can be what God created me to be, with no limits imposed on me other than the limits of sin that will curtail my freedom to grow into Him.
Go ahead.
I want a full and complete freedom. Serious question I'm going to ask you.
Go ahead.
Do you want to be free like that?
Yes, sir.
Do you really?
Yes, sir.
We have black intellectuals that are brilliant, but they're not free.
All right, go ahead.
Because if they say what's on their mind, somebody's going to censure it. And so to keep tenure at a university, I'll only speak so much, and then my mouth is closed. You're not free.
That's right.
Sitting in this audience is a dear friend of mine, great song stylist. She has the gift of song. But when you're controlled by forces that limit your freedom to express yourself, you're not free. Our artists are not free. You and I admire them, but they're rich slaves. We can drive a Mercedes-Benz, a BMW, live in a nice house, but a slave. Because somebody else is defining how high we can go. I know we got lawyers in here. Brilliant lawyers. How free are you, lawyer? Go ahead. Somebody at the bar got a little control here. Some of you are doctors. How free are you, doc? You don't even concern yourself that you're a slave as long as you can continue to take money from your patient. But then when you join your medical association and you try to do this, and somebody said, hold it, you can't go no higher. And you go back to your office and you talk to black folk who are your patients, and in there you are free, but you're not free. I used to look at our business people and say, oh man, they're giants. And I found out that our business people are midgets. A black man making $130, $140 million a year in his business, but he can't speak the unbridled truth because the advertisers will pull their ads from his magazine. Are you free? Some of us as preachers supposed to be free. But you can't preach the book from Genesis to Revelation. You gotta please white folk if the book condemns them. And over here, the Lord said, stop by the office in the morning, Reverend, and I'll give you a buttered biscuit and a piece of fried chicken. How in the world can we be free? Bringing spiritual things under political rulers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want a full and complete freedom.